Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're diving into the mystical world of Black Myth Wukong. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably obsessed with finding the best weapons to take down those massive, challenging bosses. And guess what? Black Myth Wukong has you covered with a variety of epic staves that will have you feeling like a true warrior. But with so many options, it can be tough to figure out which one is right for you, right? Don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we're going to break down the top staves in the game, ranking them from good to absolutely legendary. I'll also throw in a few tips on how to get your hands on these bad boys so you can start dominating the battlefield in no time. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting your journey, stick around because this tier list will help you pick the perfect weapon to crush those bosses and feel like the true Monkey King. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking weapons in Black Myth Wukong. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching!
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The traits in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Cloud Pattern Stone Staff and Rat Sage Staff. Alright, let's dive into some more cool weapons in Black Myth Wukong. We've got two staves today that might not be top tier, but they've got some pretty interesting perks that make them worth checking out. First up is the Cloud Pattern Stone Staff. Now, most staves in the game are all about that sweet offensive power, right? But this one's a bit of a twist. It's got a defensive perk that adds 30 points to your DEF stat. That's right. This staff is perfect if you want to tank a bit more damage while still dishing out some pain. But don't worry, it's not just about defense. It also gives a little boost to your charged smash heavy attacks, making them hit just a bit harder. To get your hands on this bad boy, you can either take down the secret boss Shigandang at the Fright Cliff Rock Clash platform in Yellow Wind Ridge, or craft it yourself if you've got the right materials, like the Heart of Stone and a few other goodies. Now, if you're looking for something that packs a bit more of an early game punch, the Rat Sage Staff might be your new best friend. This one's got a really cool AoE effect that can help you take down multiple enemies at once. It boosts your critical hit chance by 7%, which is always nice, but the real kicker is the fourth move in the light attack combo. It stirs up a whirlwind of sands that not only looks awesome, but also increases your attack range and damage. It's a handy trick that can even mess with some of the tougher bosses you'll encounter. To get this staff, you'll need to beat the Yellow Wind Sage in the Yellow Wind formation at Windseal Gate, or if you're more into crafting, you can make it with a Samadhi Wind Agate and some other materials. So, if you're in the market for staves that bring a little something extra to the table, these two are definitely worth considering. They might not be the flashiest weapons in the game, but they've got their own charm and can be pretty useful in the right situations. Plus, who doesn't love a good staff with some unique perks? The traits in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Visionary Centipede Staff and Kang Jin Staff. Now, let's talk about a couple of really cool staffs you might want to check out in Black Myth Wukong. First up, we've got the Visionary Centipede Staff. This one's a bit of a wild card and kind of a sleeper hit, especially in the early game. It's got a design that's eerily similar to the Spider Celestial Staff. But here's the twist, this bad boy massively boosts your HP recovery if your enemy is poisoned. So, while the Spider Celestial Staff might be your go-to in the late game, the Visionary Centipede Staff is like your best friend in the early stages when your health is a bit more fragile. It's like having a health potion built right into your weapon, which, let's be honest, can save your life more times than you'd think. Next up is the Kang Jin Staff. Now, this staff is where things start to get electrifying, literally. This epic weapon comes with a unique ability called Thunderstrike, which absolutely wrecks a single target. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a 6% chance to land a critical hit. It doesn't sound like much, but when it hits, oh man, you're gonna see some serious damage numbers. What's cool about this staff is that you can snag it from the campaign boss Kang Jin Lung over in Snow Hill Path, Miramir. But if grinding bosses isn't your thing, you can also craft it. You'll need a Starlit Cloud Bidden Antler, 4 refined iron sands, 8 Yaoguai cores, and don't forget, 21,000 will. Yep, it's a bit of an investment, but totally worth it. The Visionary Centipede Staff versus the Spider Celestial Staff is one of those classic debates that's all about playstyle. If you're someone who's a bit cautious and likes to keep their health topped off, especially when dealing with poisoned enemies, the Visionary Centipede Staff is a no-brainer. But if you're all about that late game grind, the Spider Celestial Staff might be more your style. On the flip side, the Kang Jin Staff is just a solid, reliable choice no matter where you are in the game, especially if you enjoy hitting hard and fast. So, Whether you're the kind of player who's always looking to max out your HP or you're chasing that next big crit, these staffs have got you covered. Give them a try and see which one fits your playstyle best. You might just find a new favorite weapon in your arsenal. The traits in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Spider Celestial Staff and Staff of Blazing Karma. Alright, let's dive into some of the coolest weapons you can get your hands on in Black Myth Wukong. First up, we've got the Spider Celestial Staff. Now, this one's a real game changer, especially if you're the kind of player who likes to dance on the edge of danger. Here's the deal. Every time Wukong gets hit with a poison status effect, this staff kicks in with a sweet little surprise, a poison bane effect that turns the tables on your enemies. But that's not even the best part. The real magic happens when you land a charged heavy attack. If you nail it, this staff rewards you by restoring a chunk of your health. So, you're basically punishing your enemies for hurting you. How cool is that? Crafting the Spider Celestial Staff is a bit of a journey though. You'll need 1 chitin staff, a spider leg, 4 gold tree cores, 8 refined iron sands, and a whopping 30,000 will. Yeah, it's a tall order, but trust me, once you're swinging this bad boy around, you'll see it's worth every ounce of effort. Now, if you're someone who thrives on staying in the zone, always moving, always attacking, then the Staff of Blazing Karma is your new best friend. This staff is all about synergy. It's perfect for those long, drawn-out battles where you're dodging attacks left and right while keeping your focus meter high. With this staff, you can seamlessly weave together a flurry of attacks, dodges, and spells without ever worrying about running out of steam. It's especially clutch when you're facing off against those nightmare boss fights where the enemies just won't quit with their crazy attack patterns. Both of these weapons add a unique flair to your combat style, letting you tailor your approach to whatever hellish challenge Wukong is up against. Whether you're outsmarting enemies with poison or staying sharp with a constant flow of focus, these staves ensure you're never just another monkey with a stick. The traits in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Jingubang and Golden Long Staff. Alright, let's talk about some of the top tier weapons in Black Myth Wukong, starting with the Jingubang. Now, this isn't just any staff, it's the mythical weapon you've been dreaming about. You'll find this beauty at the Water Curtain Cave, and let me tell you, it's worth every second of the journey. The Jingubang doesn't just pack a punch, it smashes through the competition with insane damage. And the best part? It no longer drains your 4th focus point gauge over time. This means you can keep the hits coming without worrying about losing your edge. Plus, with its unique ability, Heaven's Equal, your critical hit chances get a sweet boost every time you cast a spell. And as if that wasn't enough, landing a crit reduces all your spell cooldowns. Talk about a win-win! Now, to get your hands on the Jingubang, you'll need to venture north of the Mantis Catching Swamp waypoint. But here's the catch, you're going to need the Somersault Cloud. Without it, you're stuck. But trust me, once you've got the cloud, it's smooth sailing to one of the best weapons in the game. Moving on, let's chat about the Golden Long Staff. Sure, it doesn't have that critical hit buff like the Jingubang, but don't let that fool you. This golden staff is still an absolute beast. What makes it stand out is its ability to amplify the damage of all your pillar stance moves. These moves are a lifesaver when you're up against those pesky sweeping ground attacks from enemies, allowing you to dodge like a pro and set up your next counterattack. And if that's not enough, you can summon a lung that hurls thunderbolts at your enemies. Imagine the chaos. Now, getting your hands on the Golden Long Staff isn't exactly a walk in the park. You've got a couple of options. Either take down Kyan Lung in Bitter Lake or Turtle Island in the New West. Or, if crafting is more your style, gather up a Mountain Shaking Claw, 2 pieces of Kun Steel, and 45,000 will, and you're golden. Literally. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.